people believe, and there is reason to, or like evidence to back this up, that there was a military stand down and NORAD simulations that confused and delayed the response to the hijackings.
What's NORAD for those who don't know what NORAD is?
NORAD is the North American Aerospace Defense Command. And in conjunction with the FAA, it's believed that they either stood down or were confused by war game simulations the morning of 9/11.
There was war games happening.
Neither of which makes any. So there were war games replicating what actually happened that confused
So confirmed war game exercises were running on the morning of 9/11. Vigilant Guardian, which was a NORAD exercise simulating hijacked planes. Global Guardian, which was a nuclear command exercise. Northern Vigilance, which is an air defense exercise deploying fighters to Canada and Alaska. And FAA drills that may have involved hijacking simulations.
Which is brilliant,
All
Connor.
4 of those things
Connor, which is brilliant because you know what they say? We don't... Okay, I remember some audio. I don't know if you're going to play it or not. But I remember when they're calling in, there's the air traffic controller, and then they call NORAD, and NORAD's like, is this... Oh, I'm sorry. They were calling the airline, and they're like, wait, is this real world or is this exercise? And there was a pause. And he goes, no, it's real world. What a brilliant... I mean, if you're going to really do something like this, have other stuff going on, so you're like delaying the time. Like, we don't know, because honestly, once they realized these guys were hijacked, F-16s are scrambled from the nearest freaking Air Force base that has that capability, and they shoot them down. We don't negotiate with terrorists. And I'm sorry to all the families on there, you have to get blown. The airplane's going to get blown up because we don't know where you're going.
The alternative, the alternative is they fly into another building. They take out
the White House.
thousands of people.
Well, I mean, part of why people cite this theory is that in the year prior, NORAD had successfully intercepted errant aircraft on multiple occasions within minutes, but on September 11th, it took up to 80 minutes before interceptors were near New York or Washington, and none reached the targets in time.
Weird. Isn't that weird?
And Vice President Dick Cheney was allegedly in charge of a stand-down order from the White House bunker, according to multiple people who spoke with him on that day. Now, the reports that the 9/11 Commission found from NORAD found that the organization had inconsistent timelines on when things actually took place. They said, or they gave conflicting statements for like 5-6 years after 9/11 about what had actually happened, why things took so long. And of course, eventually the commission just said, NORAD didn't do anything wrong. Everything was handled appropriately. Dick Cheney gave no stand-down order. I find that a little bit difficult to believe. And especially in light of other things we have seen in much more recent history about stand-down orders that allegedly have stopped responses for minutes and hours at a time. What do you guys think? Humberto?
What's the official narrative on this?
The official narrative is that the war game exercises, actually, note here, the 9/11 Commission concluded that the exercises may have actually helped the response since extra personnel were already on duty and radar systems
it would have been worse
surged.
without it. How much? It couldn't have been any worse unless United 93 would have hit the target. It would have been a series of errors, but also they did the best they could in preventing.
They had so much
tragedy.
going on that morning that they couldn't detect it.
I'm closely tied to the air travel industry. And I heard first stories of how fast you will get
annihilated.
No, like it's not a joke. You will get intercepted within 15 minutes max.
Because they could go across the United States in minutes.
Think about it.
Where's the nearest air base to New York City? I mean, it's not far.
I don't know what the protocol was here.
Yeah, fly a small airplane into Mar-a-Lago airspace.
Oh, you're done.
And see how long it takes
to
to have
have
somebody
people.
on
Don't
you.
do that.
That's not advice. It's
a warning.
When we've seen Mar-a-Lago airspace breached by unknown craft, they have jets scrambled in like less than 5 minutes.
But then again, I will stand my argument that, I mean, this is a thing that could happen because like the chaos, everything going on, the exercise going on, like I think stupidity and slow reaction, and then having all this chaos, like this is not like something that, I mean, what was it? 84 minutes?
Yeah,
84 minutes. That's an hour and 20 minutes. That's a lot of time.
This podcast is probably going to be just over 84 minutes.
Umberto, let's just say this. 20 minutes is way too much when they're already communicating. And by the way, there's an airplane flying in the United States, and there's no communication with air traffic control after multiple attempts.
They turn off their transponders.
They turn that off. I'm sorry. Everybody on that plane's going to die because we can't trust it. It's not like they're doing a Mayday call this is terrorism, and they're not stupid.
Yeah.
So I know you're playing devil's advocate, but what are the odds that there's an exercise that's mirroring the same type of attack at the same time, at the same hour, on the same day, and while all that's happening, the $1 trillion is missing a couple days before this guy Rumsfeld's mentioning it. It's unbelievable to make somebody believe it. In the moment, nobody's thinking about that. The facts.
I mean, I give this like a 40% incompetence, 40% evil. 60% evil.
60 evil.
Yeah, 60
I mean,
evil, 40 incompetence.
I would go 80-20.
I'm sorry. I'm keep going back to the passports because it's still blowing my mind.
Yeah.
Muhammad Atta and the other guy there, Sukami, were on the same flight.
Yeah.
Both of their passports were found. Sukami's was found by a passerby. You know, I'm okay. It makes it makes no sense.
All right. Oh man, I hate taking this spot, but someone has to do it. Like I was reading, I was like, give me a serious argument about this. I don't believe any of this. Just for the audience. So
Well,
they
what
don't
is the
freaking
this
murder.
to which you refer?
No, the passport thing. I was like, give me a serious argument how the passport could survive. All right. It says that it's known that some small objects, especially light small objects, they survive because the cabin is pressurized, and then anything that is flying around, it will get expelled from the cabin in impact. And they said that during World War II, they managed to recover a lot of documents from downed pilots.
But amidst all the debris.
But I'm just saying
Yeah, you're playing devil's advocate.
I'm not playing devil's advocate.
I'm saying you're giving a different angle.
That's an argument.
That's
to
the
be made.
official.
All
That
right.
would be the Steelman argument of how. Yeah, it gets pushed out. Someone finds
Jet
the
fuel
passport.
can't melt steel men.
No, well, but then someone's like, so in the chaos, someone is looking down and picks up a passport and says, Arab terrorists?
Very weird.
Hey,
Very
wait a minute.
weird.
That's the guy that they were talking about. That's Muhammad
No,
Atta.
not even. Oh, I just found it. It's suspicious. I'm going to give it to a police officer.
No one else on the plane lost a passport. No, there were no boarding passes. There were
I'm
like you
just
picked
giving
up.
the
I
only
know.
plausible argument to counter
And
that.
what we've
It's
established is
crazy.
that-
And they were in different points of the plane, I would think. Now, Muhammad Atta and Sukami. Okay, it's interesting. Yes, it blows the papers out of the airplane, and yet they found, I don't know, did they find any other I'd look that up. Did they find anybody else's passport from that plane?
So if you like this clip, click right here. And if you want to see more like it, click right here. Stay angry, Patriots.